know the sound is produced in the larynx. So here you can see the larynx. There is a voice box situated in the larynx. You can see the windpipe. Windpipe is also known as trachea. Okay. Then thyroid cartilage, larynx muscles. Here you can see the larynx and the two vocal cords. As I told you, the two larynx are arranged in such a way that leaves a narrow slit between them for the passage of the air. So as I told you, air is a medium for the sound to propagate. So whenever we are talking, the things that are coming from our larynx, that is vocal cord, they mix with the air particles, and these air particles convert this sound things into the electrical signals, and we are able to hear the sound of the human. Okay, so here you can see the larynx very clearly, how the larynx look and where the local cord is exactly adjusted. Okay, I told you, you can put your hand when you're talking on your throat, you can feel the larynx and you can feel the vibration that are seen in your throat also. Okay, so let us talk about the vocal cord. Now, when the air, when the lung forces the air in the vocal cord, that time what happens? The air mixes with the sound, and whatever we are talking, that is heard by other person. So this is a simple thing to understand, but it has a big history about how do we hear, how the sound is produced. The part which moves when you swallow is known as voice box. So whenever you are eating something and when you swallow it, exactly there your voice box is located. Okay, and it is having two vocal cords which is stressed when you are talking. Okay, it is just like a rubber band, it stretches and it again comes back to its original position. Now here you can see the ear. Okay, let us talk about the ear, because here we are supposed to know how does the sound travels, how the person hears the sound. Okay, now as you all know, vibration of the sound molecules mixes with the air molecules and forms a sound wave. Okay, now the air molecules that go to our ear, that is why we are able to hear. Okay, now the ear, our ear, we are able to hear through our ears. Now this ear is consisting of three different parts. Okay, our ear consists of three different parts, that is outer ear, middle ear and inner ear. Okay, there are three main parts of the ear: outer, middle and inner. Now outer ear, it consists of pinna. Okay, outer ear consists of pinna, which acts as a funnel. It collects all the sound. Okay, whatever sound is produced in the surrounding, that is um, collected by the pinna, that is also known as a funnel. Okay, so this pinna, whatever sound is collected, it passes through the auditory canal. Okay, there is an auditory canal in the ear, so whatever sound that has been collected by the pinna, that is passed to the canal, and now the sound passes from the auditory canal through the eardrums. So here you can see the eardrums also. Okay, now the eardrums is the part which is connecting the outer as well as the middle ear. Okay, it is connecting the outer as well as the middle ear. Okay, so in the first outer ear, we have talked about the pinna. Pinna collects the sound and passes it to the auditory canal, and from auditory canal it passes through the eardrums, which is the delicate sensitive part. And whenever the sound is collected or comes to the eardrums, that time it starts vibrating. It is so much sensitive. Okay, this is the first part of the ear. Now let us move towards the second part of the ear, that is middle ear. Now this middle ear consists of three main parts. Now here you can see that the middle ear consists of three different parts, that is malleus, incus and stapes. Stapes is also known as stirrup. So we have studied this, the smallest bone which of our body, that is stirrup, that is present in our ear. So in our body, which is the smallest bone, that is stirrup, that is in our ear. So the middle ear consists of the three main part, that is malleus, incus, and stapes. Okay, now these malleus is also known as hammer. So all the sound that is collected from the pinna, that is moving to the auditory canal, and from auditory canal when it comes to the eardrum, the malleus start hammering. It works as a hammer and it produces the sound, or it conveys the sound to the other part of the ear. Now the main job of the middle ear is to increase the amplify the pressure of the sound waves in our ear. Now why it is necessary to increase this pressure of the sound waves? Because the inner ear consists of liquid fluid. Okay, our ear, internal ear consists of liquid, so it requires a great pressure. So whatever sound is collected, it is pressed with the help of the pressure, the sound waves are moved to the next part, that is called as the inner ear. Okay, and in inner ear there is a liquid part that is present in the internal ear. Now there is in internal ear there is a bony structure that is semicircular. Here you can see the semicircular thing. Here you can see the semicircular thing, that is the internal ear. Now this shape is exactly looking like an snail. Okay, this is semicircular rings are produced in the internal ear. Now these rings are used for balancing the different activities such as walking and listening and doing other activities. So this involvement is not there in the in the sound. Now here you have a part that is involved in hearing, that is snail-like structure. You can see that structure is called as cochlea. Okay, now cochlea is the main part of the internal ear. Now here what actually happens, the vibrations of the sound, they are converted in the electric signals, and these signals are sent to the brain. Okay, basically the cells in the cochlea, they are converted into the vibrations of the electrical signals. Okay, so whatever the sound signals are there, these signals or vibration signals are there, these signals are converted into the electrical signals, and these signals go to the auditory nerves, and then they go to the brain, and this is how you are able to hear the sound. This is how you are able to hear the sound. Now here you can see the various different parts of the ear. Okay, now cochlea, it means snail. Okay, cochlea, the word, it was first Latin word which was used for snail, and different animals hear from different organs. So all of them do not hear with their ears. For example, snake hear through jawbones. Fish responds to the pressure of the changes in the water. Then male mosquito, it responds to the antenna. Okay, these are the main organs of the hearing of the different animals. Okay, the next part, that is sound generation by the loudspeaker. Now you know that most of the loudspeakers are present in our area, which are used for increasing the volume of the sound. So there is a permanent magnet produced in the speaker. Here you can see there is a coil in which is wounded around it, and the currents are flowing through this coil which generate the magnetic field. So basically a permanent magnet is present in the speaker, which is having a coil which is wounded around itself, and when the current is flowing through this coil, they generate the magnetic field, and this is how the sound is generated from the loudspeaker. Now, as you know, when there is a magnetic field created near the coil moves backward and forward. That is, there is a movement or vibration of the coil backward and forward. That is the magnetic, due to the magnetic field, the coil starts moving, and the frequency and the amplitude of the movement that the coil depends start vibrating, and the current, when the current flows through this, that time the vibration of the sound is increased. Okay, so basically vibration of the loudspeaker is touching the screen. When you touch the screen of the loudspeaker, you will see that lot of vibrations of the sound can be feel when you touch the screen of the loudspeaker, and very loud sound can be produced by using the speaker. Okay, exactly, I can tell you that 100 decimal of sound is produced through the loudspeaker, but this sound is very much harmful for human beings. Okay, so we should avoid the loudspeakers, or we should keep the sound of the loudspeaker limited, so that it may not harm to any other person. Okay, so basically this is about the principle of the working of the loudspeaker. So what is the principle of the working of the loudspeaker? That is the moving coil which is rotated around the magnet, and it generates the magnetic field. When the current is start, or when the current is passed through this magnetic coil, it start generating the magnetic field around itself. So coil is called as a voice coil. So the coil which is present in the speaker, that is called as a voice coil, and which is placed uniformly near the magnetic field. So whatever sound is produced, that will be attracted by the magnetic field, and it will be producing lot of sound through the voice coil. So interaction between the magnetic field and the coil can be seen by the force of working of the moving of the coil. So when the current is flowing through the coil starts moving back and forth, so that whatever sound is produced, that is produced in a large amount. That is produced in a large amount. So basically this is about the loudspeaker.